Derry City, the players have real fun in there that can carve open the chance of going a point in this encounter. Ball forward from long for 10 on that far side. Getting involved with the substitute Patrick Berry. Driscoll coming forward, hits the deck. It's all very messy over there. Eventually the boys.
Right, guys, what's up? All right, Lenny. If you can't hear me, let me know. The lighting is all right or not. It's a bit awkward there, but score predictions, guys. Longford leading 1-0, by the way, against Derry City. Rob Manley with a goal there. There's about 4 minutes to go. All right, Jake, how are you, man? Should be a good one, Lenny. I think Lenny, I went for a draw as well, but for some reason I can't see Dundalk losing. I think they could win it as well. It's a great opportunity, actually. Because, and this is how the league changes like so much, and you can never be sure, because if Dundalk can win this, they're 3 points behind Sligo, and Dundalk have had a shocking start, and Sligo have had a brilliant start. So that's football for you, you know. Just checking something there now. Yeah, sorry. Just looking at the teams there. I think Sligo, Jake's gone 2-0. No real surprise here. We'll go with Dundalk first. Cherry's in goal. Jurkovskis is, I think he's left back or right back. It's hard to tell, but you can play both. Daniel Cleary and Boyle be centre back. Val Odu Kun is either left back or right back. They change a lot. Shields, Zabu in the middle of the park with Murray, Han, Duffy in the wing, Junior up front. I missed that good Derry attack. Hello, Brian. How are you? You all right? I missed that looking at the team sheets here. Sligo, I seen it earlier on, but it's kind of like it's the team you would pick, I think. To be honest with you, yeah, like McGinty, they've got Banks, McCourt as the wing backs, full backs, Mahan, Buckley, midfield, Bulger, Morahan. Looks like 4-2-3-1. Figuera, Gibson, Parks, and Kenny. I think Parks has been very underwhelming though. Hello, Darren. How are you? You well? Guys, I'm going to be doing a giveaway soon, by the way, as well. So it might be on Sunday. Do I look dark there, by the way, guys? I don't know if it's a bit. Just the way the lighting is. Hang on. Yeah, I'll be doing a giveaway soon, maybe on Sunday, but make sure you're subscribed to the channel and what else? Follow me on Instagram as well, guys. I don't think I'll for Cork. Yeah, no, I don't get it. Yeah, follow me on Instagram as well, guys. So you'll have to follow me on Instagram, be subscribed to the channel to have a chance of winning. Yeah, so just make sure you are, essentially. Derry pressure here. Just kind of half watching the game here now as well. That's been a great game, to be honest, but patching inside the box here. Akintunde may have had a penalty on 65 minutes, I think. It was about 65 as far as I remember. But again, it's one of them I need to see again with no replays. But it's been a dogged display by Longford. I felt they were going to score for some reason, and Manley scored a minute later after I actually said that. Excuse me. 3 minutes out of time. Oh, good save, Michael Kelly there. Good save. What do you make of Waterford second Sheedy 0? Yeah, I think it was right. About time, but I think they have to look at who they bring in, because they keep bringing in people who they've done very little tactical training, which I found bizarre. Sheely and Newell and Mike Gagan, who's taken over for the next game, said that himself. I've also been told that they did no opposition analysis either, which is just crazy. But I'm not surprised, because they didn't look like they were good tactically at all. See the clip of James Rogers talking on a Dundalk podcast saying Hollis agents ring. I have to say, Lenny, I didn't see it, but I have to say James Rogers isn't a bullshitter, but interesting that he brought that up, to be honest with you. Keel over. No, I didn't see that, but interesting. You know, it's an interesting one. Just checking something out here, guys. Messing about, really. Full screen, yeah, but I can't see the. Not mind me for a minute. I can't see the messages if I put it onto full screen, though. Is there another way of doing it there? Probably not. Leave it as. Sounds a bit of a knockout in the call, guys. See, yeah, he is a knockout, to be honest with you. He is, yeah. Minute to go here, it looks like. Grab me tea. I was going to have a few beers, guys, but my stomach's been a bit funny all day for some reason, so probably not a good idea. Maybe I'll save them. I'm going to do watch along tomorrow night as well, guys. Sligo Rovers and St. Pat's. I haven't done a Pats one for a while, to be fair. I do try and mix it up, in fairness, with teams. The way it's worked so far, I think I've done more on Dundalk. I'm not too sure. I can't really remember, but I've got everyone in there already. Everyone has actually featured in a watch along. Guinness's, yeah. I prefer lager, personally. Oh, there you have. They've scored. Oh, who got it? Is it Akim Tunde's got that, guys? They've scored. I fucking watch out of the eye freezes as usual. Stupid watch out of the eye at times. Wexford decided, yeah, Ross Tracy signing for one game, I believe, Brian. If Cork don't win that, by the way. It was Akim Tunde, guys, wasn't it? I just kind of caught it just there at the end of it, like. Again, I need to look at the goalkeeper there. It looked a bit iffy, did it? No replays. Sickening for Longford, definitely. Sickening for Longford. Twice sickening for Longford, actually. It was Akim Tunde, wasn't it? I don't know. Could the keeper saved it? Again, do you know what? The other match isn't on yet. I assume it's going to be over here. As soon as it's over, I'll just toggle back and have a look at the goal again. We need a big win against Harps tomorrow night. Yeah, that's for sure, yeah. I think that's it, isn't it? Right, I'm just going to go back and see if I can see that goal. Or is it going to freeze and be stupid? Right, it's on 89 minutes here, so I'll just leave it here, actually, for a minute. I want to see the goal. Maybe justice was done because Akim Tunde could have won a penalty earlier. What are your predictions generally, guys, for the games this weekend? Be it Premier or First Division, whichever you like yourself. Whichever games you want to predict yourselves.
Next match, I think 1-1.
I can't remember when the goal scored, so it's just I have it on the 90th minute here. I just toggle back. I think it's here, isn't it? No, it's not. Yeah, that was a good save, yeah. One game, what? What? Really, Jake? Why is there many of them about? I noticed there aren't as many Derry City fans as there was against Finn Harps. When I say fans, I'll use that term lightly, guys. Here it is here. I think, that's fucking cleared off the line. Sorry. This is what you have to do when there's no replays. You have to go back and look. There's still 5 minutes to the next match anyway, so Saints to be top by 8 tomorrow. Hopefully, Keane, hopefully. Pats nick it 1-0 with Forrest a free kick. Jamie, you shouldn't give predictions after what happened the other day. You said Pats were going to go in front against Sligo to score a penalty, and what happened? Sligo scored a penalty, so if Rovers get a free kick, I'm blaming you. Defending the defence of the goal. All right, here you must be coming up here for God's sake. One game for yeah. I heard it was one game, but I don't know, Brian. That might be bullshit. I haven't looked into it now. In fairness, it wouldn't make sense for one game, but it wouldn't surprise me either. I think Patchin's been Derry's best player. I think, yeah. Dundalk won, Sligo won, Bowles won, Harps 0. You take that, Lenny. I'd say it's not going to be an easy game for Bowles. By the way, if you've just tuned in, guys, and just we're doing Dundalk and Sligo, but I'm just Going back there, he got a late equaliser against Longford. There's no replays. I didn't see it properly, so I just went back a couple of minutes just to kind of have a look at it. I felt the keeper might have been able to do better, but I need a closer look, a better look. I think they score on this move, though. The issue with Longford is, like, and technically drawing home to Dundalk and drawing away to Derry, they're actually good results for Longford, it really is. But when you're in the position where they can win them, they need to be winning because, here it is here, I think. Oh, it's a weird one. It's like the keeper didn't know. I don't know, he was just completely unaware. It's difficult to blame the keeper as such, but just didn't seem to be in it's hard to see even by that, I have to say, properly. It really is. Right, so there, Dundalk, Sligo. Hello, Oisin, how are you, man? You well? Lads, I'm thinking of doing a predictions league for next season. Or just send info if you like. Yes, Jake, send it there if you want. No problem. I can. I've talked to you about it before as well. I'll stick it up. I'll pin it up for a couple of minutes or whatever if you want. That's no bother. We're at Ramblers to win after the loss after Galway. Story Keith. All right, Greg, how are you? You well? Tony, who's straight in. Did you spend much time asking Jim Magilton who the goalkeeper's going to be for tonight? Fucking Michael Duffy.
Looking at the top squad of players, so no matter what team they put out, it's going to be a very difficult game for us. But we're looking forward to it. We're going well, so it'll be a difficult game for everyone.
I don't know, Jake. Can you copy and paste? Have you got information? I'm sure you can paste it into the comments if you get me. Have you got your info written down somewhere? If not, maybe just give a little explanation there yourself. Predictions League, guys. Jake Davis in the comments there. I've spoken to him in Messenger and that, and he's thinking of doing one there for next season. So if you're interested, he's trying to draw up interest essentially. Football and Jenga Show and Leicester fan. Hello, Football and Jenga Show and Leicester fan. Does that include me, Jake? I'll definitely do it. I'll be up for it, no problem at all. Like, Sligo needs something from Romeo Parks tonight. I think he's been very poor. His touch, a bit lazy, and I don't mean lazy in a kind of a bad way. Just he needs to take more care with the ball, I think. I'm interested, Jake. You on Facebook? He is on Facebook, Craig. If you just check, literally, Jake Davis, Drogs fan. I think he's in the League of Ireland game week as well. Check him up on Facebook as well, guys. If not, if you can't find him, send me a message and I'll send you the profile if you want, so you get the right profile. Like, I can't see Dundalk losing this, guys. I really can't. It's interesting, but they can be got at defensively, because a few weeks ago, myself and Keno were saying on either the preview or it would have been the review show, I think one of the review shows, that despite the fact they beat Waterford that time, Waterford created a lot of chances against them. Waterford haven't created chances against anybody this season. Pats Rovers, draw. What would make it better apart from a Shamrock Rovers fan, Craig? Did you see in Sky Sports went into Avram Glazer about the Man United protest and you refused to answer that? Yes, they know they've no interest, yeah. John Rovers and Cleveton. Facebook. I'll block you before that. So I will. Have you heard the story, guys? You know the fan reaction videos I do, where I get people to do a segment for about 2 minutes. I had a Galway guy, I won't name his name, but the Galway guy, and he was going to do one for me. They lost 3-1 to Athlone, and his thing wasn't coming in. He had to send it to me, so I went to message him about it, and he blocked me. He blocked me because Galway were beaten and he didn't want to do it. So, yeah. mean, a silence there for something. I'm not really sure what, guys. But anyway. Guys, if you wouldn't mind, take the time to give the video a thumbs up if you can. What the hell is this? I'm just looking at a few bits here. I had the... That's the banners, yeah. Sorry, hang on a second, guys. Stick that on there. Back into the comments. Oh, Alan Keeley, of course, yeah. Scary stuff, all right. Yeah. He's the image of his father, actually, I have to say.
And here the lineups, you heard Tony discussing that this is the drop lineup with those two changes. Han comes in on the right, the Korean winner.
When you look at the Dundalk bench, though, you just kind of go, holy Jesus, like. I don't have to show it there again, but I had it up earlier on. Like, they're without Hooban and Macmillan, they can still play junior up front. You know, McElhenney as well. I don't know. I think he's a great player, but he's got too many injuries for my liking these days now in the last couple of seasons, to be honest with you guys. I'm not sure if we'll see the best of him again, to be honest. Yeah. I don't know, Lenny. I didn't look into detail, if I'm honest with you. Nobody knows Lenny, only 38. Yeah, I know, scary stuff. No, I don't think it hasn't really been. I'm not sure if he was sick or what. I sense he was, but I don't know, so I'm not really going to go into it, I guess. Tip off Sligo Rovers anyway, guys, at the pristine Oriel Park. This will be an interesting game for Sligo as well, because I don't think Sligo have played the type of football in the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 games that they're capable of playing. Really. So, you know, it's potentially an open game here, I think.
The previous management was a back 3 that they got play, but now it's very much a back 4. Gary Buckley there, and Sligo Rovers conceded the throw, which
nice bright evening actually, Oriel Park as well. Fans over the gate as well. Quite a few kids playing football as well, just on the field behind Oriel Park there. It's not the best now, Lenny, I have to say. No mention of that. No, there wasn't, Brian. No, it's not the best, Lenny. If you go there and the weather isn't good and it's cold, it's a tough place to be. I wouldn't fancy vlogging from the away section, Oriel Park, to be honest, because it requires you, if it's cold as well, having your hands out regularly. So nice not having to rely on like delayed watch a live stream. Daniel Shields is for a fact on the gate. Is he? Yeah. Nice little capture of Jim Magilton spitting. I love when the camera catches a player spitting. Especially if they do it and it dribbles down their chin. It really adds to the spectacle, I think, of the game, to be honest. This is a great opportunity, though, for Dundalk to really properly get back into the European chase. As I said, a win puts them 3 points behind Sligo suddenly. You know. Looks like Tchaikovskis is right back, by the way. And Duncan is left back, which is interesting. Interestingly, guys, that Leahy isn't really getting in, and they've gone for a Duncan instead of him today. They don't have Dummigan, and they still don't play Leahy. I don't know about you guys, but you take him all day long in most clubs. Predicting the rules. Oh, you're in first division. Oh, what a chance for Junior, and cleared off the line. And Jamie, I think I'm miles behind here. Sometimes if you refresh as you catch up, so to speak. Oh, hang on, this is an RT, isn't it, guys? Fuck. I forgot it was an RT. because the way I watch LOI, you have it. You nearly forget about games being on RTE. As such. Keith, thoughts on all comments? That was a chance earlier there for Junior, to be fair. It was good defending, though. Yeah, Jamie, as I said, I do forget because used to watch LOI. See if there's any goals in the first division, actually.
Yeah. That's what people are there for, George. It's not doing anything. Shields last out in that challenge for Moran.
Bright start of the game, guys. Fairness, isn't it? Both sides. But that Dundalk all season have been like that. You know, they've looked sharp enough going forward, but at the same time, they look like they can be cut open as easy as a can of sardines. Like, and it makes two good games to watch. Another chance there. 4 minutes gone. We've had a few openings here already, guys. So that's a good start, isn't it? Who's that? All right, someone at the door, guys. What's that?
I see.
All right.
Nearly all gone. Walking in here.
You see that sandwich? Robbing some chips. Awful shame, John. Yeah! Why hasn't that happened since his debut? It's like they've made sure they haven't got him on since, which is very annoying. I was hoping to be on for the Sligo game even. And Pat's, which was in Sligo. Oh.
So hungry.
Any buffets?
What the hell?
He's brilliant. It's like RT have said, he's too off the cuff or something like that. We won't get him on. Well, that's what you want, though. And he's knowledgeable, by the way. It's another point. The guy on earlier for Derry and Longford, he didn't know the Longford players. You could tell as well. The co-commentators, I'm not even talking about the actual commentator. The guy who's supposed to know didn't. Another player who's been out missing for a while now for Dundalk is Daniel Kelly. Very good player. What's that?
Jake's got that out.
I wouldn't even mind the commentators so much, Lenny. It's more the co-commentators, the guys who are usually guys that are involved in the league and that. Some of them should know a bit more. Let's be honest about it, like, you know.
Like you.
Yeah, but you gotta know the players, like, or have an idea who's playing. Like, surely you would, like, if you're in. I don't get it. Anyway.
Do you want anything?
I don't know. Guys, if you've just tuned in, give the video a thumbs up and make sure you've subscribed as well. We'll be doing a giveaway soon, probably on Sunday, guys. It's going to be a jersey giveaway, actually, so you can have any League of Ireland jersey you want, home or away. You'll have to be subscribed to the YouTube channel, though, and you'll have to follow on Instagram. So Irish Footy Vlogs on Instagram, by the way. I think the official If you type in Irish Footy Vlogs on Instagram, you'll find it, guys. Here goes Sean Murray, gives it out to Duffy. I think it's actually at Irish _ Footy Vlogs, I think, but Irish Footy Vlogs will find it anyway. The guy commenting on the ball song is good, commenting in the Premier League game off the ball.
Gibson. Parks. Gibson again. Shields.
Jake, are you in my, do you know the Irish Footy Vlogs Facebook page I have? If you send me some info, I can copy and paste it in there. Nathan Murphy, yeah, Nathan Murphy's grand, not bothering him at all. Yeah, he kind of knows the games, knows the players generally too. That's it, Brian, like, you know. Exactly. Like, I won't see Cove every week, etc. I've seen them play before and I know their players, but I'll know their players, do you know, that kind of way. I haven't seen, you know, because you can't watch 10 games every week, for example. Like, I do watch every Premier Division game, though. If I can't watch them at that time, I watch them back because I do the Team of the Week and I have to watch every game, to be honest with you. Otherwise, I can't do Team of the Week. Pat Dolan, I'd love Pat Dolan to do it as well. Yeah, do that, Jake, yeah. And I'll put that up, if not this evening, tomorrow. I wouldn't mind Roddy Collins. I know he's a bit of a dick, but I still wouldn't mind him. And the commentary. Like, at least, you know, you can disagree with him or something, like, you know. Pat Dolan and Nutsy. Not bad at all. I love Pat Dolan, lads. I really do. He I feel like he influenced me an awful lot in terms of the league. In terms of his points and ideas and thoughts of the league, I think I rubbed a bit off him. If you get me, like, I thought he was very influential. Not only was he a good manager at certain points, particularly at Pats, but just a very influential kind of spokesperson and that. If you like, yeah, and you give information, Craig, that he shouldn't be given, I'd say. That was disrespect already. Oh! Figueroa off the bar. He was a good manager, Lenny, back in the day, I think. Yeah. He had a few dreadful you know, he done bad in some places, right? He wasn't great at Carlisle and that. Sligo Rovers won't be a fan of him, let's say. Whereas at loan, you know. Would you do that, Jake? Would you go to Mother Hughes before a game for a cold pint? Colin Byrne. Yeah. No, Colin Byrne, yeah. In fairness, he's very knowledgeable. Yeah, I get you, yeah. Probably lacks a bit of character, but is very knowledgeable. Bring back Bill O'Hurley. Bring him back to life. Okie dokie, live. He was brilliant. He made it out that he was a bloody Egypt, but he was clever making it out that he was an Egypt. Haven't had a beverage, I have to say, in Mother Hughes's, but you know, when I'm there, I had a couple before the Bulls Shamrock Rovers match last year, to be honest, but that's because I went in the bus. I wasn't driving. I do think there's a bus to Drogheda for Matchburn though, but I won't know what time we get back at and stuff like that. Oh, come on, man. You alright?
Yeah, do you want to say it?
Burger, maybe?
What type of banana burger?
The one, yeah.
He had people there.
Jeez.
Sitting on the seat. Coming in and out asking me questions.
Did they? What did you say?
I just said, like,
Yeah.
they're looking for sugar and then they were using tons. And he had a friend there for me to have.
105 bus. Have you used it, Jake? How regular is it in that? I haven't checked it up because it'd be nice to go someday for a pint and before the match, and obviously come back. Stephen Ward, I don't know Stephen Ward. I seen him at bowls when he was young and I was never impressed with him. He's one of the players that didn't really stick out, but done well in his career. Obviously, he played Premiership and played, I don't know how many caps for Ireland, but over 50, I'd imagine.
Again, if you're going to take a quick one, do it right. You can send the absolute for the free kick, and it's like a wasted journey.
Nah. Craig, Glenn Whelan wouldn't be able to get around the pitch. I'm telling you, it'd be another Damien Duff, Darren Murphy type scenario. Nah. I'm telling you, I wouldn't have Glenn. I'm serious. I wouldn't have Glenn Whelan in the Rovers team at this minute in time. Wouldn't have the legs. Right enough start, 15 minutes gone. Both teams have had an opportunity anyway. Sligo are knocking the ball around much better than they have in previous weeks. I wasn't that impressed with them against Drogheda, and I wasn't that impressed with them against Pat Sodder Jr. There's going to be chances. It's a good game though. Judge might be good, Jamie. Yeah, potentially. Early for break-up, lads, Keith. That's all. I just wonder what it's like, Jake, in the evening. So say a Friday night. I'm sure it'd be fine getting to Drogheda, but in terms of getting back, like say the match finishes at 9:30 or whatever, like where they get it from and that kind of thing. I'd say you simply get it from the bus station. So you're talking a 20-minute walk, aren't you? Probably hardly worth it just for a pint. But just, you know, you'd want to be getting it around 10 or quarter past, I think, if you're leaving Drogheda, obviously. Unless Enda has a bed. Oh no, he lives in Lucan though. Houlihan would actually, yeah, he's playing very well at Cambridge. Yeah, he would. Stephen McPhail, what a player though. What a player. What? Nah, can't see him going to pass me on, so probably Rovers and Dundalk. Who? Somebody mentioned something there. The bus depot. Yeah, that's about a 20-minute walk, to be fair. So you're talking about a 20-minute walk to United Park and then a 20-minute walk back. And it depends what the last bus is.
I'm checking now.
Look, she's fucking checking for me.
On a Friday?
Yeah, because most of the games would be on a Friday, yeah. For example. I remember at the Bowls Rovers game, I done a vlog for that, guys. I don't know if you remember that, but I had 4 points though, and I was just whatever. Like you wouldn't notice that I had a few drinks, to be honest. Why is it the lights very dark in here or something? I don't really know why. It's bright everywhere. It just seems a bit dark in the screen.
Drop the bus station.
Bray beating Galway. I haven't actually checked, guys.
The last one is at 8:30.
In the evening? Here.
Yeah, 1:05.
So 8:30, Jake, in the evening would be the last bus from Drogheda to Ashburn. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I didn't think there'd be a bus at 10:15. There'd be like 2 people on it if you're lucky. To be honest, like, wonder the score for Cork. Murphy. Cork are 2 up, by the way. Yeah, I don't know who got the second yet, though. Doyle scored for Bray. Wexford. Treaty 1 up against UCD. And McSweeney, penalty. He's a Limerick man, I believe. 0-0 Shelburne and 0-0 Cabinteely.
It's the same on
like
Saturday,
Cabinteely,
right?
and yeah.
It's not as frequent.
No. See, that's the problem with buses, though. Unless you're going into Dublin, like, you know.
Like
yeah.
the last one from Blanchardstown is at like 10:30.
Mm.
I think you might have to on the magic boots tonight.
Yeah, that kind of ends that, Jake.
Murray shields in though. Gibson big hit. Jordan Gibson. Romeo Parks. Back for Bulger to try one.
Bulger. Pathetic shot.
One of the same rather far wide, far.
Yeah, but again, look, it's good.
Yeah, Cork. They probably have it 1 now, 2-0 up. Wexford are very poor though.
Miles away.
Enough to shoot before the game has worked because it certainly hasn't gone on the pitch.
That's if they're down in Cork, Jamie. Probably not down in Cork, are they? In Buckley's not happy with something. John Russell, he was a good player in his day.
Good work there by Duffy, and now it's Murray. Trying back by Morgan. For Hahn.
So open, guys. If this finishes 0-0, I'll be shocked.
Not a chance. Murray's done very well. I mean, he's given that one. He's gone through. He's driven at the defence. Played a little ball outside. So I said he thinks that to be left. But he's right. It's easy.
Jake, there were a few Drog fans at the wall there from the GA pitch. Do you know them at all? Do you know who went, like, or what? They they were kind of funny, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Did he get to your show, George? Did he get on the lyric? Maybe on the.
Tell him, Jamie. Tell him.
She thought she had a great voice too.
It has to go Chelsea, and it has to be Man United. Fair.
What?
The Champions League and the Europa League.
Just started again. Concentrate on the football.
Let's just say, Lenny, those views are false.
Andy Boyle.
My favourite thing about Drog saying is get picture of Guys, if you're just come on, tuned in, don't forget to like the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'm speaking really, but I have a lot of GA grant, yeah.
Will send it back. Murray.
But it was funny. They were there for the last game. There seemed to be a different crowd, Jake. There seemed to be a different crowd though from the Friday night game against, as I can say, for Sligo, wasn't it? And the Monday night game against Bulls. There seemed to be a different crowd though, Drogheda fans. The ones on Monday were more vocal, let's say. Or maybe just 3 or 4 of them weren't there. They are vocal for, you know. Lenny, do you really think they get 5,000 views, true views, from doing Wexford vlogs? Let's be honest about it. Like, I've done vlogs myself, obviously, and bigger vlogs than that, if you get me, bigger teams than that, with fans of stadiums, and I wouldn't get that many views. I'd bring one, but to Dublin. Yeah, mad. I was thinking of going to myself, but carrying a ladder up. They should have ladders just left there, Jake. Ooh, the Shamrock Rovers Padstock coming into full swing here.
It's going to be pouring down.
My balls are doing shite, so they're in the veil. They're in no position to slag me.
You're better than that.
In what?
Everything.
Tiddlywinks.
One thing I know.
Lenny, they don't. You naive person. Very naive. I've spoken to them, Lenny. They pay for views. And they use, I can't remember, I'd have to see it now. They use advertisement shit to get views. You don't just rock up, Lenny, and do 1 or 2 or 3 videos. Because I know, because I do it, and you know, I work hard doing it. You don't just rock up and do 2 or 3 videos and suddenly have 5 or 7 or 9,000 views, regardless on the quality or not. Well, Jamie, if they're telling me, I mean, you know yourself. If they're telling me, there's nothing to expose. Like, you know, it wasn't. They didn't say, "Oh, please keep this as a secret." So, but I'm just surprised how naive people are, because it's quite obvious, to be fair. Yeah, they've used meme pages as well. Yeah, pretty much, Lenny. But I'm surprised people don't understand that, really. I've spoken to Jamie about this before. I knew there was something up, and I'm surprised they told me, to be honest. Hello, Shane, how are you? I'm actually surprised they told me, but maybe they thought I knew, so they just said it. And that's fair enough if you want to do that, but Lenny, you kind of do the bowls thing as well. There's no way of paying money to get views. It just... They're on about swipe links as well. I don't know what that is, but a lot of them charge from €5 to €15. Paying Sudanese Instagram page or feature too, exactly, yeah. But they pay, a lot of them charge, they said, anywhere from €5 to €15 for their posts. And things like that. I don't really know too much about it, but I don't want to know too much about it because I've no interest in doing that. Well, Lenny, the worry I have there is, I don't know what the stories, the legalities are, but the worry I have there is from the likes of myself and other YouTubers is that you could work very hard and get maybe loads of subscribers, whatever, eventually over time. And you'd be afraid that people might want to sponsor, but that they think it's fake or something like that. You know what I mean? It's just, but you don't just start up a YouTube channel and suddenly have 7, 9, 10,000 views, unless it's a real serious viral thing. But these guys have literally come from nowhere as well. And I was very suspicious, I'm surprised they told me, though. Very surprised they told me. Hey, Jack, how are you? How do you think the League of Ireland can improve as a league? Investment, Jack. Very simple investment from government bodies and the FAI. It really is that simple. Here comes Sligo. Yeah, potentially, Lenny. I did think it mustn't be very legal, I would have thought. But, excuse me, I'm not sure how it can be proven, etc., and that kind of thing. So that's the question. Like, they're doing it so that people will think. Lenny, they're doing it so people think that they're a bigger deal than they actually are. You know? And think of the amount of money they've spent, by the way. It's mental, like. They could have spent over €200, maybe more, on fake views as such. You know? Like, if you want to do that, you want to do it. But the other question is, Lenny, when their brother leaves Wexford, because he will leave Wexford, what happens then? So I think they're using it they're using it for their own selves, if you understand what I mean. That's a good point, Jamie. 20 likes for 11k views. That's impossible. I'd get 20 likes for 200 views. Because I don't think, as far as I'm aware, you can't pay for likes. That's a good gauge, actually, as well. You know what I mean? Is likes to views, if you get me. If you look at most videos that have 11k views, I don't know if I can find any here quickly, but you're going to get a lot more views than that. I can't remember his name, Craig, but I can't remember his name. I don't know, Lenny. It's a weird one because Wexford advertised them, and then they came out and slagged the crap out of the club, and the club had advertised them. On their Instagram, and I've asked the club before to advertise one or two things of mine, and I've been doing it for ages, and they didn't do it. And these guys just rock up and they do that, and then they go and criticise the club after doing that. If they're not in on it, I think they're playing a dangerous game there as well. Oh, you mean in terms of financially? I won't say so, no. But it is an interesting point there. Yeah, I don't know if we can find any videos quickly with 11,000 views. Potentially my Rovers vlog with Bose might have got that. Might got more actually, to be honest. But hang on a second now. Sligo Rovers. Even if I find any vlog with that, for example. Okay, my Shamrock Rovers Bows won from this season, last season. Here's an example. Okay, this is actually quite close. My Rovers Bows vlog got 13,000 views. They got 11,000. And what was it? Jamie, 20 likes. I got 259 likes. 260, I just liked it myself. 260 likes for 13k views. So they should be getting for 11k views, I don't know, in around 100 anyway, shouldn't they? 100 anyway. I also got 65 comments as well. I'm not sure. I doubt if you can pay for comments either. Like, they've had some of those videos, they've had like 4 or 5 comments as well, by the way, haven't they? So 11k views, 20 likes. 13k views, 260 likes. Probably about 4 comments. There's 65 comments in that one I have as well, as an example. So it's annoying and it's not annoying, if you know what I mean, because obviously it's fake and they're paying for it. So I can't really be annoyed about something like that because I'm not going to do that, pay for fake views. But people think then that they're bigger than they actually are. And they put little work into it compared to what I might do, let's say, to be honest. And they've no knowledge of the league, let's be honest about it. I think they think Wexford should be winning the league as well. But Michael Duffy free kick off the wall. Bray 1-0 up, nothing changed in the first division. Cork 3-0 up. I just pulled it too wide. Kenny's pulled that too wide, far too wide. Wide? Wide. What channel are you talking about? What are we talking about? How am I 4 3 or 4 minutes? Far too wide though. Even before he took the shot there, I said it. But travelling pundits, Shane. Travelling pundits. Imagine starting 11 and just marking penalties. Well, I've got my 9-a-side as such. Brian is starting back on Wednesday. He can play for us if you want. Except he can't play in goal, clearly. Play outfield. Who's been a better team so far, guys? I think it's been even enough. There has been chances in both boxes. Junior, I think the best chance was Kenny's. I think if he takes that in more, though, he definitely has a better target to aim at. So, and also if he cut inside the defender and got into the line of the defender can't do anything if he's right behind him. So he either stumbles over them, fouls him, and gets a red card. So a little bit of inexperience there from Kenny, to be fair. I was surprised, I have to say, guys, he was a nomination for Player of the Month because whereas he's done well for a 17-year-old, he hasn't been one of the better players over the course of the month, to be honest with you. They've kind of gone by reputation there, to be fair. You know what I mean? It's probably still 0-0 though. Oh, excuse me, boys. Absolutely, Jamie. I'm not being funny, Jamie, or being smart or anything, but I've seen every single game, bar 2 this season. Shamrock Rovers, Waterford, I didn't see, and Longford and Finn Harps, I didn't see. Every other game I've seen. So if I haven't seen the 6 o'clock, I've watched them back. And you're looking at it and you're going, these guys have generally picked. These guys are generally picked from reputation and that, like, yeah. So, yeah, he should be in there. I think Brown definitely be in there. I don't think Scales done enough. Now, Craig's going to come on and say Scales has been brilliant. Scales, I love Liam Scales, great player. I don't think he's top 6 performances over the course of the month, to be perfectly honest with you, overall. And some people then have said that Burke shouldn't be in there, but I think Burke absolutely should be in there. They said he's only in there for a few spectacular goals. Bullshit. His performances and his movement and his creating a space. Some people only watch what happens on the ball, is my point. He's been good on the ball too, but I'm just saying there's a lot more to that. He absolutely should be in there. I would actually go top 3. If I had to pick top 3, Forrester without question and a shadow of a doubt. I don't care. Definitely number 1 without a shadow. Number 2, James Brown. I think he got 4 and 5 team of the weeks I did, or so, in the month. And it was a spicy tackle, by the way, Jamie. And who else? Graham Burke 3rd for me, to be perfectly honest. Can't finish 0-0, can it, guys? What's the story with John Mahon's haircut? See the way... I didn't even say I can't talk, but I didn't get a haircut. I just shaved and then it's just gone like this. Like, his is clearly... I don't know what that is. He's left a gap at the side of his head.
He's put 6 points to himself to put the boot in, but they're obviously disappointed with the fact that he's a young lad as well. So these things happen in football. It's contact sport. He gets a yellow card.
No, Billy is that.
Johnny Kenny was cut out of the thing, like that's very high. And I mean that's you look at that, he's slipped it over. Is he going for the ball there?
Pretty ridiculous, James Brown as a player of the month. 100%. It's because he plays for Drogheda, Jake, and they're not up at the top, if you get me, even though they're doing well, you know what I mean? And by the way, Adam Foley shouldn't be in player of the month, by the way. Player of the month, remember. Most of his good work was in March. He didn't even play every game this month. He's been good so far this season. If you're talking about the season, I'd have him in. But we're talking about player of the month, so we're talking about April here. And Adam Foley shouldn't be in there, really. If that's the cool kids' haircut trend, God love the cool kids. Fun fact, I was the first person in my school to actually dye my hair blonde, and it started a trend. So obviously people were feared doing it first. First person to bleach it blonde in my school. Should go down in the history books. I haven't got a picture anywhere. It was actually on a passport I had years ago as well, my initial passport, I think, as well. Any players, guys, who pick out to play well in this game? It's one of those weird games where it's hard to pick out individuals, even though it's an open game. Junior's terrible.
junior Macmillan and Rubin, two lads with 2 goals each. They're top scorers, so that's a huge class.
First division, guys. Cork 3-0 up against Wexford. Jesus Christ. Galway levelled, by the way, against Bray. As soon as I put my head down, Gibson makes it 1-0. Need to see the goal again. Long ball. Parks as well for a change. Nice turn. Does boil like a kipper. Oh, nice finish in fairness into the corner. Jeez, he didn't do that at Pats at all. Lovely play. By the way, I've seen a stats thing on player stat data or something like that on Instagram, and Andy Boyle was the second best defender in the league this season, apparently, which is absolutely ridiculous. Stats don't cover everything, put it that way. The eye test is the best test, but wonderful play by Gibson. He nutmegs them as such, and it's just a lovely finish. He generates a lot of power into the finish first for a side foot finish. Fantastic. Wexford get back by Craggy Highland over to Might at the moment, yeah. To be fair, thank God school and colleges are over. But a lovely strike by Gibson. They can't keep clean sheets, Dundalk. As I said, won this season was Waterford, and they were lucky to do so. Waterford created so many chances, but Andy Boyle terrible there in my view. Super goal by Gibson. You have to give him credit. Is it deserved? Yeah, he hasn't been great this season, Philip, either, though, Andy Boyle, really. Let's be honest about it. Say he's the second best defender in the league in performances this season, no chance. He does, Damien, but he's been dreadful, I think, in most of the games this season for them. But he did well there. He did very well, actually, for a goal against Bohemians as well. But overall, he needs to up it. If he does up it, it's another weapon, if you like, for Sligo. But lovely strike by Gibson. I've seen Treaty 2 up, Lenny. What's going on there? I don't know, Lenny, because I don't know much about them. I know a lot of their players individually, and you wouldn't pick them out as being brilliant players, to get me. I would have had Barry McNamee ahead of Adam Foley in the option, by the way, for Player of the Month for April. Because, as I said, Foley's best work was in March, to be honest. McNulty should be on that Father Ted, the episode, yeah, where all the priests, the old priests, are in wheelchairs. Are they in wheelchairs? No, they're not in wheelchairs, actually, necessarily. You just can't move. You should be in that, basically. They could do, Lenny, couldn't they? But I don't know. Shelburne nil at Lone nil, nearly half time. I said there'd be loads of goals in that one. That'd be a good battle if the Void plays, Lenny, actually. But two players that like to get in the ball. McNamee a bit more experience. Yeah, I mean, Bowles though have to cut out the errors at the back and that. That's a lovely finish, isn't it? It's a lovely finish. Like, he places it with power, which is not easy to do at all. I think that's his third goal of the season, isn't it? No, he's more than that because he scored a penalty or two, hasn't he? Could be 4 or 5, actually. The boy is very good, Lenny. I'm very surprised he hasn't played more for Bowles this season, to be honest with you. He's the only midfielder they have who has the vision and has the ability to pick out a pass, a proper pass, like, you know what I mean? Creative pass. Particularly when Bowles were doing well and he wasn't in the team, you'd say, okay, fair enough. But the fact that Bowles have been struggling, Gibson's got 4, so he's got 1 penalty and 3 from play, I believe. And 3 pretty good goals as well, I think. None of that Pats last season, ads, honestly. He was a good worker when he was in Pats, great worker, but his end product was dreadful. I'm not sure he even scored for us. He had a chance, remember, against Sligo Rovers when we should have beaten them in Tala. He was 1-1 with the keeper. And instead of hitting it to the left corner, right corner, he literally hits it in the middle, straight at Manus. I mean, Manus was just there on the ball. I don't need to say that the ball's actually hit me. So, an odd one. Test for Dundalk again, though. Decent cross. We had a Dogan. They'll slip up, Brian, but the question is, when they slip up, what will they do after that? I've been very impressed with UCD. So for Treaty to be beating them 2-0 is really impressive, I have to say. Most impressive results scoreline tonight so far. Apart from the fact that Newcastle lead away to Leicester, by the way, in the Premier League. But
you can see, you see the main contenders of the All Shields, Murray, Duffy, you think that they're going to be the two that are going on.
Guys, if you've just joined the stream, it's Dundalk 0, Sligo 1. You might know Gibson with a beautiful finish. Like the video if you don't mind, give it a thumbs up, guys, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. I'll be doing a giveaway soon, possibly on Sunday, it'll be a jersey giveaway. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and follow on Instagram, Irish Footy Vlogs. I think it's hang on now. Instagram. Just copy my head now. You know what? Instead of doing that bloody check. Might be the best thing to do. Yeah, it's just at Irish Footy, Irish _ Footy Vlogs actually. So sorry. That's it there, guys. So make sure you follow on Instagram to be in with a chance of actually I'll have the details properly on Sunday anyway, but follow on Instagram, subscribe on YouTube anyway. If you could bring in a treaty player St. Pat's, who would you pick? None of them, Brian, to be honest with you. Honestly, they wouldn't be good enough. Longford finished bottom of my pins between them and Waterford. Absolutely, yeah. Definitely between them two. The question is, can Waterford get a tune out of a new manager, or the fact, I don't think there was a good atmosphere at Sheedy, and particularly in Newell there. So they do have some handy players, Waterford. Coming up to half time. It's half time now. So 1-0 at half time, guys. First division half times. We have, what have we got? Cabintini 0, Cove 0, Shelburne 0, Athlone 0, Cork 3, Wexford 0, Galway 1, Bray 1. Rory Keating again for Galway, by the way. UCD have nicked the goal back right in half time, by the way. UCD 1, Treaty 2. Hasn't mentioned the score yet, so you wouldn't rule UCD getting anything out of that game yet, guys. You know what they're like, capable of scoring goals. But hey, Fionn, what do you make of that half, man? Was even enough, and then obviously Sligo grabs the goal, and I think they might just about deserve it. Probably had slightly the better of the chances. I mean, obviously Figueroa hits the bar, but Kenny's chance was a great chance as well, I thought. He just pulled it wide when he should have went more inside a little bit. Next Waterford manager, I don't know, but in my opinion, they should never got rid of Aaron Rellens, to be honest with you. But in my opinion, they should go for someone. They need a League of Ireland manager. It's no point going out and getting your Sheridans and Sheedys and people like that. They need a League of Ireland manager, in my opinion. Definitely. Definitely need a League of Ireland manager. There's been no noises about anyone, but they seem to have this intent to bringing in Martin Russell wouldn't be a bad shit. Anyone like that. Collie Whelan, perhaps. Vinnie Pert would be great. Declan Devine would be another one, to be honest, though. No, he would, though. I think Fionn, a little bit of inexperience there. I think what he should have done was he should have cut across the defender, so obviously he would have had a bigger target to hit at. but also the defender would have been in no man's land, so he could have tripped him up and got sent off or something as well. Like, it's a trick that's done in Gaelic football a lot that soccer players don't do enough, funnily enough, even though just run across the line, the defender. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if those managers are on their radar. I mean, if I was Waterford, if I could get Vinnie Perth all day long and getting Vinnie Perth. Who all got nominated for Player of the Month? 6 players. I'm trying to think now, top of my head. Adam Foley was one. Damon Richardson. Adam Foley was one. Liam Scales was another. Chris Forrester was another. Ronan Coughlin was another. That's 4. If I'm missing someone, help me out, guys. Graham Burke and Johnny Kenny. I don't think Johnny Kenny should have got nominated, as I said before. I think he's done very well for a 17-year-old, but I don't think he's been one of the 6 best players all month. As I said, I don't think they've watched many of the games, to be honest with you, judging by they've gone for reputation and what they've heard. But I don't know. I suppose you can't take them too seriously either in many ways, but Barry McNamee should have been there, in my opinion. Absolutely. Barry McNamee should have been there. As I said, James Brown 100% should have been there. Someone else, I can't think. I can't actually think. Potentially, yeah. Yeah, no, Buckley's been great. The Foley one was weird for me because Foley has been great all season. And I'd have him in the top 6 all season. But if you're talking about the month of April, nah. In which we are, so. Kyle McNamee ahead of Foley for sure. 100%.
There you go.
That's great. Thanks very much. Thank you. Bye.
It's like they've gone with Kenny, and it's no offense to Kenny at all. I'm a big fan of Johnny Kenny, but it's like they've gone out. Oh, he's 17, and we've heard good things about him. Fling him in. He hasn't even been Sligo's best player in the month, and that's not even a critique to him. Sligo have obviously been decent over the month, and you've got a lot of other players in Sligo have been great. Buckley, even Bulger, possibly Gibson as well. So, oh, yummy! Thank you very much, Mrs. Halftime burger, guys, and a halftime cod, and that is hot. Wouldn't mind bringing us out that bottle of water there. Which is Foy deserves a statue for. And funnily enough, I think when was that? Was that announced before even that though? I don't know, Lenny. It's yeah, a little bit. I don't think he's been great, to be honest, but it's almost like he's Bow's biggest problem, which isn't the case. They've a real issue defending at the moment as well. Absolutely, Fionn. Absolutely. May well go on to England. But no, as I said, I think what are we talking about? Georgie Kelly, yeah. When I watched him close up against Drogheda, I was at United Park as well. The problem is as well, Lenny, and I noticed this at Pats as well, there's a temptation for Bowles to hoof it long in the hope he gets it, which is annoying in my opinion. Yeah, I think so, Fionn. I will say that Mahan has made the odd mistake here and there and Buckley's cleaned up. But Mahan has still been good, though. Don't get me wrong. Moorhan, yeah, is a player I like a lot as well. Yeah, I wouldn't really disagree with that, to be honest. No, I don't think I would. I actually think Lenny's going to go mad probably, but I think Talbot's a little bit overrated as well. A little bit overrated. He can be a bit jittery in the penalty area. I do know some Bulls fans who admit that as well. He can be a bit jittery. I do think he's a good goalkeeper, mind. I do think he's a good goalkeeper. But some people will say he's by far the best in the league, which is nah. The goalkeeper department in the league is generally quite good, I have to say, though. There's a lot of quality keepers in the league. I think that and centre halves, goalkeepers and centre halves. I mean, nearly every team in the league has a quality centre half. If you look at it, I'll throw in another one who's been very good this season after Shelburne last season, Daniel O'Reilly. Who's very good up at Finn Harps, Daniel O'Reilly. Couldn't get the Shelburne team, which I found very odd, to be honest with you. And he's been very good at Drogheda now as well. He's a very good shot. I'll tell you what it is with Talbot. This is the honest truth with Talbot. I'll tell you what the thing. And actually, Lenny mentions it, what I was going to mention. He is a bit erratic. But he can make saves, Callum, that you think, fucking hell, you don't see many other keepers in the league making saves. He can just make ridiculous saves. But he can be a bit jittery. And I think that's one of the reasons, set pieces and that. He wouldn't be the best at coming out and claiming a ball and things like that. He's still a quality keeper, as I said. But I've seen people saying he should be in the Irish squad and stuff. And even though I think there's a lot of good goalkeepers in the league, none of them should be in the Irish squad, in my opinion. I always look at the goalkeepers, though, that make the least mistakes. And you'd have to say, despite the mistake he made this season, Alan Manis, he never makes mistakes. He never makes mistakes. I'm very good with the ball as Fish as well. I like keepers like that. Brian Murphy as well. I know he hasn't been in for Waterford, but that's nothing to do with his ability as other things. Very rarely makes a mistake. Very rarely makes a mistake as well. He's kept Waterford in a lot of games. So I think those two are probably the better two. McGinty's a little bit like Talbot as well. McGinty, I'm a big fan of McGinty. Very similar goalkeeper to Talbot, actually. Can be a bit erratic at times as well, but makes some excellent saves. Yeah, Lenny, that's a good point, yeah. 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 Yeah, it's actually a very good point. Problem is strikers, but once that's it for me, coming. Yeah. I like Yo-Yo Maddie as well, Brian. I know he hasn't been bad for Shelburne, but he hasn't hit the heights of UCD yet. But it can be difficult going to a new club, getting used to different tactics and that. Whelan would probably have the same issue if he left UCD. Yeah, McGinley is a good goalkeeper too. Not the best of the ball at his feet, though, I would say, Callum. Again, shot stopping is his main ability. Not the most commanding. What's that?
They obviously came free with Billy's burger thing.
Oh, sure you have them.
I have some out
Leave them there now. Actually starving, lads. But seriously, McGinley, yeah, not the most commanding goalkeepers either, though. But very good shot stopper. Like Pickford after Inter Van Dijk. Yeah, Ollie will love that, Callum. You're not bringing him in. Yeah, exactly. That's fine at Harps. Let's be honest. And the tactics that Ollie plays, because Harps can play football, by the way, don't get me wrong, but they're not going to play it from the back. And, you know, he's fine that way. Like, so it doesn't really matter, you know. Big fan of Brian Mark. Probably do with growing an inch or two. The food is okay, Jamie. I'm starving, so when you're starving, it nearly doesn't matter. I do like the pie at Dalymount, I have to say. Expensive, but nice.
What sort of pie is it?
The pie.
Shepherd's pie.
Hmm?
Is it like a shepherd's pie or?
Bit, yeah.
I just got one that has.
No, it's like a pie. Like a pie.
Mm.
I can't remember the name. Lenny, what's the name of the pie? Or bowls? There's a particular one. I can't remember. I got it there.
Mince pie.
Yeah, it would be Lewis, actually, in fairness, yeah. He's never injured, luckily. No.
Do you not find that weird eating? I know that I'm looking at you.
I know.
Just looking. No idea. Keaton never got a pie.
If anyone knows the name of the pie at Dalymount, let me know, because I can't remember. I need a towel.
I have one here.
I was going to do that with some of with some of the match day vlogs. Do a food review as such, buy a burger or whatever, like, you know, but send an image when there isn't tweet. Ah, okay. Jeez. Let's have a look at this now. Yeah. But yeah, I might do that for the laugh, but hopefully we can get in to do that. I was at Drogs on Friday and Drogs on Monday. They had a little van where they selling coffee and a few bits on Friday. And on Monday, the van was gone. It was a bit like, ah, come on. Yeah, could you imagine? Yeah.
Well, they're hardly going to say this coffee shit because they're doing reviews. They won't get
it. Wouldn't be coffee reviews, it'd be food reviews. Can't drink, she breaks Sligo Rovers. Who knows? Who knows? Guys, if you just joined, make sure you like the video and subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Jersey giveaway coming up as well, probably Sunday. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you follow me on Instagram, because those, you'll have to do that basically to be in with a chance. Harp soup is, I've heard that actually, yeah. What kind of soup?
Oh, these are all making me hungry.
How are they making you hungry when you're eating?
I know. Soup. What kind of soup is that on there?
Harp soup.
Is there brown bread with
Seafood
it?
chowder or something?
Is there brown bread with it?
No, I like the pie at Dalymount, but it was a rip-off. It's like €7 or €8.
What? How big is it?
Just a pie, like, it's nice. I can't remember what was in it. It was like
You
a
want two of them.
shepherd's pie style pie. But they had a name, a specific name for it.
Where did you get that meal from? San Remo's.
San Remo's in Ashburn. Any Bowls fans here apart from Lenny? I want to know something. Michael Dooley. Who do you support, Michael? Can't see the image there. It looks like a Man United image, is it? Cavani, maybe.
They give it for free on a cold egg soup.
Oh, brilliant. What type of soup, Jamie? Yes, Sean, I got my takeaway. I did go for the chipper in the end, as you can see.
Someone else says I'm getting hungry now. So jealous.
Don't forget there's a match on.
These are making me hungry. Take off that jersey.
Waterford fan.
Oh, okay.
Cork, they're kind of rivals.
Oh.
I think Waterford hate Cork more than Cork hate Waterford, to be honest. So. 1-0 Matthew. Half time. It's half time. Gibson scored a lovely goal. He bought a whole cake in Dalymount at the bleeding the van. Like, you could buy cake. Jesus Christ!
I couldn't finish it.
There's pie was filling.
Yeah, but it was a rip-off.
It was a rip-off. It was like €7 or €8 then the pie. I had to get it though.
What if you wanted a coffee?
I don't know. It had a specific name as well, like something cool. I can't remember what. It wasn't just like pie. I think it was cake anyway. Probably it was the pie. Although no one would actually eat the pie, like from someone else, I'd say.
Depends who it is.
I burnt that yesterday, Sean. I wore that. When did I wear that? Oh. Corker's free up, by the way. Here's one, guys.
Oh, look, which league of our stadium does the best match day food in your opinion?
I haven't had sausages though. I need the grounds. I wouldn't really buy sausages, to be honest. Nightmares us in Richmond. I don't really buy food at matches. That's the funny thing. But I might start doing that as a feature.
Yeah, I think you should.
But I had to get the pie because it was something different. It wasn't like a burger, like, you know what I mean?
I'm dying to know what this pie is called.
It's gas. I haven't had any food in Richmond for. I don't buy food, you see, at matches. I really don't. But as I said, I might start this as a feature, part of the match day vlog, halftime food report. Brian, the Wexford probably had no shots. Stuff now.
It's like a $5 for sausage and chips.
Oh yeah, easily. It's like
Jesus.
yeah. Well, if it's a $5 for sausage and chips, you might as well get the pie.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, like a battered sausage on its own is €2, and if you're getting a bag of chips, they're nearly €3 anyway. You bit like get out my video.
Oh, guys! By the way, I was going to do the we rated the League of Ireland home kits. So I was going to do the first division home kits soon as well, and she's going to give her an opinion. She hasn't seen any of them. We're going to just horrible. I'm telling you, save your money. Well, they can't all be good for the review, Jamie. Is that Sean? Is that the one? Shades Burger Van.
Why does this?
Jamie, is there not a few of them though? It feels like it's been years since we've had a game where you've got bleeding burger vans and fans and everything. I thought there was a couple of them though. Probably because he's a whole fan. Jamie. Shay's Burger Van. There's more than one though, I think, isn't there? Oh, fuck.
Take it, you don't want the rest of them too.
No.
I could put salt and vinegar on them then.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe the away fans one's better, Jamie. You can kind of sneak into that section because when I done a matchday vlog, one of them for Pats and Waterford, I kind of snuck into the Waterford section, so to speak. Can't wait to get back to matches, honestly. Matthew, who do you support? Guys, again, if you haven't liked the video, please like the video. It'd be class. Subscribe if you haven't already. It's important as well because the giveaway I'll be doing on Sunday or announcing on Sunday. So make sure you give me a follow on Instagram, which is simply at Irish_Footy Vlogs, I think. But if you check up Irish Footy Vlogs, you will definitely find it. I had it up here, but I'm finished, but I don't see it there, do you?
1, 2, 3.
No, I don't see it there. Excuse me. See if you can see Irish for these vlogs there when I'm going down.
You're going too quick.
Shit, I know it's way up. Is it? Like, Bowls. Ah, yeah, very good. Matthew the pie at Bowls. Do you know the name of the pie at Bowls? It had a specific name. I started following them recently. All right, okay, because I never really paid much thought to. Oh, brilliant! Don't blame me. All right, no, that's brilliant. That's what we like to hear, Matthew. It's how old are you? If you don't mind me asking. Someone new to the league. It's great to get new people into the league. That's the point. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, some people seem to think, oh, I've only followed the league a year. You know what I mean? Don't count or something. But that's what the league needs. The league needs people to get interested, new people to get interested. So that's fantastic. When did you actually, like, which season did you kind of start supporting at the start of the season or what? 14. Hang on a second.
None.
Stop looking at my ass.
I'm not.
Yeah.
What?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Do you have to be with Daddy? Oh,
Yeah.
you're supposed to go.
Right.
Alright, go on up.
Anyway, guys, red card for Gary Buckley, as someone
Alright.
said, for another foul on Junior there.
I'll bring it up there.
Give me a little bit of that.
You tell me to go away.
There's nothing in that. No, that's fantastic, Matthew. How'd you get into it, if you don't mind me asking? That's stupid from Buckley. He doesn't kick his head on purpose, by the way. But what I'm saying is, he's booked already and his leg goes up, like, you know. How the hell do you remember that it said in my Bowls Dundalk vlog it was a chicken and mushroom pie? It was nice though. It was nice. I think I thought there was a name though. It wasn't just a chicken and mushroom pie. I think they had a name. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, are Pat serious challenge for the league? I don't want to admit they are, but I do think so. I can get your point, Sam. I'd play it down for another little while, personally. I'm not sure if the squad over the 36 games. We'll see. You watched it back there. Good guess as well. Actually, it was a few weeks ago, for the first time, I'd say, in a long, long time, I actually looked back at some of my matchday vlogs. And the reason why I looked back at the matchday vlogs was Park's gone off. Was to check how games were with fans, essentially. And you look at them and you go, feck, you missed them, don't you? I just thought better stuff on the league here, you know. No, fair enough, Matthew. And I just wonder, like, from your background then, obviously you've only started following the league. You said you were 14. Same. I think I was about 14 when I started. Daniel Kelly coming on for Dundalk, for Han. Yeah, I think I was as well. I'd no background, if you get me. I'd no fathers or mothers interested or anything like that. Just had a bit of interest, but, you know, from the outside, but decided then to go to games. My dad and uncle played for them years ago. Yeah. It's to try and get people like Matthew involved, if you get me. People that mightn't have a background. Pats would need some summer signs for Rovers good. I mean, some chance. Yeah, see, that's the thing, Lewis. I think in fairness, Pats would be happy, delighted, actually. Not happy with top three. Sean Ram was listening, they'd be delighted with top three. That's a successful season for Pats. It has to be. It just has to be. Can Sligo hang on here, guys? I find it difficult not to see Dundalk scoring, particularly now with the damn men. I think Bowles will get stronger as the season goes on as well, guys. The only issue with Bowles is the fact that I did say earlier I thought they might spend half a season searching for the best formula and getting things right, and by that point it might be too late. But they will get better, I think, as the season goes on. Foley would be a good option, I think, for Bowles. Yeah, yeah. I tell you, it could be another good option for Bowles. Rob Manley. Very good at holding the ball up, but has a bit of dash about him as well. Can run the channels. Ah, yeah. That's interesting, Matthew, yeah. That's true, Jamie. It obviously depends how many matches they end up playing, you know. Manley. Yeah, he did. He's been at that all season when he's played. He missed a few injuries, but Lenny, I don't know. I don't know from the games I've seen. I'd have him over Kelly at the moment, to be honest with you. I really would. 3-2 UCD? Or is that a prediction? Excuse me. They are. They've come from 2 down the lead, 3-2. Keane, Brennan, and Tooby and Hens have scored. Some turnaround there. UCD or some side. Now, Shells are 1-0 up. Someone might have mentioned that already. Ryan Brennan with the goal. I mentioned there in the preview show that I'm surprised he doesn't play more games. Maybe he will, Jamie. If they were watching today, they would have been impressed because you know yourself. I don't know about that, Lenny. I do agree with you. He's got too much hate on that, but I don't know. Vital is hoofing the ball long occasionally. Bowles have been doing that a lot more this season. Is hoofing the ball long, because he's up there. And I don't think it works. Dave McDade's a baller. The guy at Linfield. Shit. I have to check his. The guy at Linfield. If someone mentions him before I check, they might do. He's a striker. I can't remember his name. Oh. Can't remember his name. Let's see if anyone mentions it there. No one's mentioned it there. I'll tell you now anyway. Lavery, yeah, of course. Shane Lavery. I mean, 23 goals in 28 games, but I'm sure he'll probably move to England, but that wasn't the question, was it? Yeah, but Lewis, he doesn't always hold the ball up either. That's the problem. He, and a lot of the time, you see, the problem is, well, it's not even his fault as such. But a lot of the time, Bows, they don't know what to do, right? So they say, oh, let's hoof it up to the big man. And they might hoof it, but they don't even hoof it to the big man, if you get me. Newcastle 2-up against Leicester. It'd be funny if Leicester cocked up again. It wouldn't surprise me, though. Who else we got? What else we got? McMenamin's good, though. Yeah, absolutely. I still like Hale, Jamie, as well. And I think Connor Keeley's a good defender, too, by the way. This would be some win, though, for Sligo, though, if they were to hang on against 10 men, especially. And bad for Dundalk. What do you think, guys, of David Healy? It looks like potentially he's going to be the manager of Dundalk. They did, yeah. They did, Matthew, indeed. The only issue is, Matthew, that this season, is there anyone to take advantage, I suppose? They can still finish fourth, remember, and still qualify. Are Liverpool at the moment likely to take advantage, or who else? Tottenham? Not so sure. Macmillan would be deadly, yeah, Lenny. Yeah, he'd be the one to get there, yeah. I'd love to give Gibson some kick. That's how I felt last season, Sean. Why is that kind of dark? It's a bit like, turn off that light for a second if you don't mind.
Which one?
That one. I want to see if, funny enough, changes the lighting a bit, but like it's not. Well, that makes it worse. I would have thought so, but turn it back on. I don't know why it's so dark. Like it's just a bit. It's never that dark enough. I don't know. Anyway. Hard to say. Yeah, it does. Yeah, and it depends, though. United have already qualified, let's be honest. Haven't they? They're second, so they're not going to finish outside that. Chelsea have the Champions League final in the FA Cup. Oh, poor miss. Daniel Kelly, that was a poor miss. What a chance, though. You expect better from Kelly. I know he's only back from injury, but he's a player I like a lot. I'd take a pass, by the way. Easily. If you can stay fit, but here. Gotta keep that down. Sorry, but he's free pretty much. At least if you make the keeper save it, but that's awful. That's actually awful. More save from Daniel Kelly, to be fair. Healy's will only be good at Dundalk Bill stuff. Exactly. Agree 100%. Otherwise, it's irrelevant who the manager is. 100% agree with that. 100%. I don't know, Sean. There hasn't been anything concrete yet, but serious question, balls getting allocated. No chance, Matthew. I wouldn't fear that at all, honestly. I don't know, Sean. He's a coach. He's not a manager. They need a manager. They might get that bounce of Sheedy and Neil gone, but that doesn't necessarily mean Mike is the man for the job. But if Mike is a good coach, maybe he should be on the coaching team with the new management. But we were talking about this earlier before you came on, and I was saying, to be honest, that Waterford should definitely get an actual League of Ireland manager instead of fannying around with these big names, really, that have either no interest in staying or underestimate the league, all this kind of stuff. Kelly back in balls. Yeah, he was. I do think he can be exceptional again, Lenny, in the right environment. And Bulls have a spot out there, in my opinion. I don't know what my thoughts are on the Conference League, Matthew. I mean, we'll see how it runs and how it works. Potentially more games for Irish teams, which is a good thing, I suppose. But it's another thing where you have more teams in Europe, which for me necessarily isn't a great thing overall, maybe. I don't know. For fuck's sake. Paul McShane and Conor Salmon. Dundalk, though, apart from that Kelly chance, obviously, which he should have really buried. They need to do better against the 10 men here.
It's going to be a tough last 30 minutes for Sligo to try and beat out the win here, especially if Dundalk's not pushing on. Royal forced up to defending it wide. Johnny Kenny doing enough to earn Sligo a throw.
Jamie, if you're still here, who are you picking out so far in the game? Who do you think are the best performers in the park so far? Yeah, see, that's the other side of it, Lewis. I agree with that. It's a funny one. It's I do think UEFA, yeah. They're trying to put too many teams in Europe generally, and the idea of the Champions League and have more teams. Yeah, the World Cup and all having more teams, more. I mean, the thrill of qualifying for certain tournaments, particularly at international level, is gone, in my opinion. Jim Magilton wearing jeans. I didn't notice that. Is he wearing a tracksuit top and jeans? I've seen that, Brian. Yeah, mad turnaround in the Belfield Bowl. He is, yeah. Not sure about the white runners, guys. Because they have to be really, really fresh and clean to look good. Otherwise, they look. Fairness, his do, but. Yeah, Jamie, I don't think so far. There's nothing on Dundalk that's really standing out. Even though it's been an open game and that, I don't think there's anyone at Dundalk that has really impressed yet. But there's a good 20, maybe 30 minutes to go.
I'd like to see McEnany on because he gives you something totally different. He gives you X factor when he's on play. But I don't think she's doing anything wrong. I just think they just lack enough run. They just don't hold the ball up.
Be interesting to see though here. Cork are 4-0 up. Wexford are screwed this season. Whitmarsh with the goal. No extra goals, so to speak. No goals elsewhere. Who got actually the goal? Anyone know who got the third goal for ECD by any chance? It's not updated on fucking Foot Mob. Well, that's fair enough at the moment, Sean, because I think are Cove ahead of them. Yeah, the only thing is if Cove don't win tonight, Cork are ahead of them in the league by a point. And Cove haven't been particularly good either, to be fair. As it stands, UCD are top, by the way. As it stands. But a lot can change in those games there, in fairness. The only game that's over, really, is the Cork game. The others can change. Harvey O'Brien with the third for UCD. And usually for UCD, score a couple of goals without Whelan scoring. He scored... he stopped scoring the league anyway, but... Guys, if you've just tuned in and you haven't, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed either. And follow me on Instagram, guys, as well. Just type in Irish Footy Vlogs on Instagram and you'll find it. Johnny Kenny, yeah, Johnny Kenny's a big future ahead of him, doesn't he, Sean? Big future ahead of him. A lot to learn, clearly, but he's a big future ahead of him. I wouldn't be surprised if Waterford took in Neil Fenn because it would be a shit appointment. And be kind of typical of Waterford lately, wouldn't it, to be making shit appointments. Out of all the options available in the League of Ireland as such, or in Ireland, you know what I mean? He'd be the worst option. By far. He lives here, where I live. He lives in Ashburn, believe it or not. Neil Fenn, he was manager of Cork there. Oh, 20 minutes ago. Oh, Duffy. The one thing about Dundalk, though, I've noticed this season, even though they've been uninspiring, let's say, they do create a lot of opportunities, but they snatch at everything, don't they? Nah, he's not good enough, Sean. He's not good enough. Looks like he tried to guide it, that's just not a centre forward ever, so he's got to come back to the back forward and he goes. Great chance. Actually, I don't think he'd go to Waterford, guys, to be honest with you. He didn't really want to be a Cork either, and the travel, so I doubt he'd even go to Waterford, to be honest. He lived in Ashburn as well when he was at Cork, so he was travelling up and down. His hope was to get, and this is the truth, his hope was to get a club near Dublin. Let's be honest, who's going to take him in this belt? Henderson's another good shout, actually. Done a great job at Cove. The only thing is, Henderson is a good shout. The only thing is with Henderson, he doesn't take bullshit, and there's plenty of bullshit at Waterford. So he probably wouldn't go there, but it would be a good shout, yeah. He's not totally his fault, Lewis, but I don't think he's a great manager either. He did all right at Longford, but Longford, Darragh Doyle did better, to be honest with you. Longford collapsed a little bit under him, and he jumped ship. Put it this way, if I was Drogs, I'd prefer to play Waterford with Newell and Sheedy than without, because they might get a bounce of some sort. I don't think the players took to them at all either, which is another thing. I don't think Waterford have the players had last year, but at the same time, they haven't been coached properly this season either. So, if they can get someone in that's a decent coach and coach the team and do all the things they should be doing, like having no opposition analysis on teams is ridiculous this day and age. Particularly a club that pays their players. It's ridiculous. Any team, every team do that, more or less. Even the amateur or the part-time teams, we'll call them amateur. I have to say, though, 20 minutes ago, down to 10 men, Sligo were comfortable, to be fair. Same scores in the first division, no changes there. Getting to the playoff.
Seen it through so far with the absence of Gary Buckley.
No, I don't think he'd go, Brian, to be honest, because I don't think the politics, it wouldn't be a good match. I think he's technically a good manager. He's more of a manager than a coach. But he is a good manager, yeah, absolutely. I think he's a good pickup for somebody, if you get me, but I'm not sure if that's what he wants to do right now. 2 seconds, guys. Just grabbing the old charger. You do feel that Dundalk will get chances though before the end here. So the question is whether they're good enough to take them or not. That'll be the question. But you see there's a few chances there, like scrambles in the box and that kind of thing, and it's been a feature of their performances this season, to be honest.
So with 17 minutes to go, no change for Sligo Rovers. Colin Morgan, who lost his place in the starting lineup, is going to come on in place of the youngster Johnny Kenny.
Interesting, Sligo took off Kenny and bring on Horgan, so they're going to sit back for the last 15 minutes or so, which can be dangerous because Pats did this a few weeks ago. And nearly paid the price. Nearly lost the match, in fact.
On the wide right area, and Gibson's down up front, but Figueroa on the left, you know. But I think all is going to be there is more a defensive midfielder rather than an attacking midfielder.
Paul Dummett. Didn't think he'd be playing still. Why can you get into drugs? They let me in, Lenny. Very simple. They let me in. 4-2-3-1. Who would have played midfield as part of the two? It's a difficult one because none of them are none of their midfielders are like, if you think of Griffin, you think of O'Reilly and you think of O'Keefe, even Subawale. None of them are disciplined holders in the middle of the park, are they? To be honest. So I don't know. Because when you play a 4-2-3-1, you play a 2. You generally need guys who are it's not that they can't move forward on that, but they need to be able to hold their position. Generally. I'd not risk getting caught sneaking in. You won't be able to sneak in, to be honest. Sligo would love Coughlin. Yeah, Coughlin's been very good for Pats. He doesn't score an awful lot of goals. He's that type of player. He scores some goals, but he's just a very good footballer. Actually, probably Brennan, Sean. I forgot about him, actually. No, it's just weird when you think about it, though. I don't know. Like, it's a weird one. The problem is, I think they suit a 4-3-3. A lot of Waterford's midfielders. You know, where you can play a deep, like Adam O'Reilly could play as a deep line playmaker type, and then you could have maybe potentially Subawale as a almost like an N'Golo Kante type player, where he does a lot of pressing and he's got a lot of that in his locker. And then maybe Griffin O'Keefe, like, you know, they play football. So I don't know. It's a weird one. Like Stephen Kenny to Waterford. How you been? The best way to get in the match these days is getting invisible cloak. Yeah, we do, to be honest. What's that, Sean? Exactly what? Yeah, we do, to be honest. Guys, if you're only joining the stream, please like the video. It'd be greatly appreciated. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and follow us on Instagram, Irish Footy Vlogs. Yeah, Sean, but he suits that type of game. I know what you mean. There's no way he could play in a discipline too. But he's a good harasser. He can harass players on the ball and that. Put it this way, Sean. If Waterford were playing St. Pat's, I'd get Subawale to follow Forrester everywhere. Do you get me? Yeah, I think you do suit 4-3-3, to be honest, I think. No, I'm not a Cork fan, Matthew, and I'm also not from Dublin, believe it or not. I'm from Ashburn, County Meath, which is close to the Dublin border, but I'm from Meath. No, I'm not a Cork fan. I support St. Patrick's Athletic, but I have a number of League of Ireland jerseys, to be honest, that I wear occasionally. But very much a Pats fan.
Sligo Rovers. Third place in this league, chasing St. Pat's, of course, out in front of the champion Shamrock Rovers.
It don't look like scoring, did it, Dundalk? He's not going to book him for that, is he? That's harsh. That's harsh, that yellow for Daniel Kelly, in my opinion. He's entitled to go for the ball. Like, it's a foul, but... it's not a yellow card. We'll give him a yellow card, so that do me a favour. I couldn't, I'll be honest, Lewis, like, I couldn't wear any of the other Dublin sides, let's be honest about it. So I couldn't be wearing a Shamrock Rovers, Shelburne, or Bowls jersey. My son is a Bowls fan, by the way, and has a Bowls jersey. But you just can't, you can't wear, you know what I mean? You can't do that, I don't think. You just couldn't. If Premier League team could loan you their Irish player. Ooh, who would it take? What Irish international player would it take? That's with a Premier League side. The easy answer is Seamus Coleman, but I kind of want to be a bit more. Does it have to be Premier League? Can it be First Division as well? Billy is a Bowls fan, Sean. Not sure how, or not sure why it happened, but he is, yeah. Because he usually copies me and everything. There you go. It's funny. He is a Bowls fan. Yeah, he has a jersey as well. Some mask. Adam Ida. I'm going to go Adam Ida. Honestly, I like Adam Ida. I think he's got a lot of attributes to succeed. Smallbone? Kelleher. Would you take a goalkeeper though? Like an outfield player, like you have to take an outfield player in my opinion because First Division. Adam Ida for me. I wouldn't let him be a Bowls fan. There's no choice. He might change his mind, he's older. That's what I mean, Sean. And Adam Ida would score goals in the League of Ireland, like, you know. Followed the league for a while since I always like that Matthew as well, as a young fella as well there. I always like that too. I didn't have a team either, no affiliations or anything like that. Just kind of over time became that, like Pats became the team, like. I actually started following them, I think, at the back end of one of the seasons. And fortunately for me, the following season, first full season, I was watching or supporting Pats. They won the league.
Going from the night sky over Dundalk.
This is poor from Dundalk, I have to say. If you think about it, particularly, they've actually been worse than Dundalk since Sligo went down to 10 men, I'd argue.
Chance for Dundalk to get it forward again.
To be fair, it's handy being 5 minutes away from an RSC or from a wherever, isn't it? I suppose it's easier to get into as such. I'm not so sure that Dundalk are going to score. I thought earlier on when they're not manufacturing, like they're not creating anything. It's kind of hopeful stuff from them. Yeah, exactly. Now it is handy. When I had to, as a young fella, like I had to, and at the time as well, I wasn't really used to buses and stuff. But I had to go into Inchicore, like on the bus and that kind of thing, and I had to get 2 buses and stuff. And when you're about 15 and 16, it's a big. And certainly in those days, it was a big-ish deal, especially when you didn't really know how anything worked or where Inchicore was as such. I had to get 2 buses. And that meant you'd get 2 buses on the way back. Although my father sometimes collected me as well. Occasionally he went to games as well, though. Reasons for picking balls is like the colours. Why not? Oh, that's what that's right. Do you live near Dalymount? I've got to take it. Yeah, it can be a bit hassly if, especially if you're young. To be honest, like you know, I remember. I think I told you the story, Jamie, before when Pats played Kilkenny City one year, and I don't know what happened exactly, but I missed my spot to get off. Anyway, by the time I got back to Richmond Park, there was 20 minutes to go in the game. It was 0-0. I got in for free, and literally a minute after getting in, Pats took the lead and won 1-0. So I got in for the best bit of the game. Like 20-minute drive. My father goes to the game, so we're winning. There's a lot of people like that. Yeah, true, Lewis. Very disappointed. I don't know what you think, but like Sligo very comfortable since down to 10, which is kind of ridiculous. Like very disappointing for Dundalk. And let's be honest, their draw in Longford was disappointing too, even though they were lucky to get the draw. But Kovska's lovely cross, but good defending. They've had one good chance since Sligo went down to 10 man, Kelly, and that's it. Oh, let me think. 96, I think, Lenny. About 96, Lenny. Now, there was a couple of years where I didn't go as such because I was away and that, but always obviously followed it and that kind of thing. But there were a few years when I simply wasn't around. Like I was actually in Galway for a year and I went to a good few games at Terryland Park at the time was known as, now Eamon DC Park at Terryland Park. 5 minutes away. 5-0 Cork. I have a feeling Brian O'Sullivan will probably lose his job. Maybe a bit unfairly though.
Good ball in the box. Duffy's made it, but no power and easy for McGinty. And started his junior chance. He's had a very, very easy night, to be honest with you.
5-0, like, yeah.
Up here, he probably was expecting a more entertaining night is the word I'd use to make a few saves.
I think he had a bit. Yeah, he looks like a bit of a knock. All right. Yeah, I agree with that, Lewis. That's actually a fair point.
This is rebounded now for McElhinney. Murray. On for Kelly. Kelly taking on McCourt. But three Sligo
I was checking something there and I forgot all about it now.
Kwiatkowski's
Sligo didn't defend very deep now, but it's a fucking shocking ball in.
overcooked, you might say. Another opportunity goes for the club. 4. But
Awful stuff from Dundalk, as we said.
Very, very well. They got back in numbers straight away. Sligo had a chance.
I'll tell you what the mad thing about that is, Lenny. I know people are saying Leicester are doing brilliant or overachieving or not, but it shows the standards a little bit coming down there, because Leicester are actually third in the Premier League, right? How many games left? 4 or 5 games. They'll probably lose another game or 2. They've lost 10 matches and they're in third. It wasn't that long ago. You were finishing third. You might lose 5, maybe 6 max. But they've lost 10 matches at this point, and to be still in third is mad. The points for finishing top 4, if you get me, have gone down, basically.
Put the ball in where the keeper is. It's dangerous area, just about the 6-yard line. And go on. Michael Duffy in. McGinty's there, and he makes it his. Solid goalkeeping. Sligo netminder.
Like, this is mad. It looks like a couple of minutes to go here.
So, Pats, thoughts on that man of the match tonight? Well, when you look at it,
The Sligo are going to win this 1-0. Comfortable. And they've been down to 10 or 50, 3 minutes or something.
I think the lads at the back will be very good, but I think they've got to give it.
That's mental, like.
His goal is the Jordan Gibbs.
Arsenal are pathetic, to be fair.
Especially when they're up to 10 men. And I think he deserves the man of the match tonight.
But that's my point, Lenny. It's not taking a lot to get into the top 4. I think Chelsea would be comfortably in the top 4 if they had Thomas Tuchel, let's say, at the start of the season, by the way.
Morgan against him, it's Scogan still. And he's won a corner.
Like, in fairness, yes, Sligo's defended well here, but the Dundalk have to do more. I'm sorry.
When they come late, that's fine.
Dundalk won't be relegated. No, there's too many good players. Far too many good players to be relegated. I think Vardy has been on a bad run, hasn't he? He's a streaky player, doesn't he? He can score 10 goals in 12 matches and then score 1 goal in 12 matches. Like. Can't see Dundalk getting a goal, guys. I said before the game, this is a great opportunity for Dundalk. If they could beat Sligo, suddenly they're only 3 points behind Sligo. As it is, they're 9 points behind Sligo. And looking at them, I said they weren't out of the European race, and I'm still not going to say they're out of the European race. But I tell you, as a team and as a unit, they have an awful lot of improvement to do to get back in a proper European race. Absolutely, Matthew. Yeah, 100%. Couldn't agree more with that comment from Matthew Dooley. Just not happening for Dundalk. Wouldn't you've expected guys the last 10, 15 minutes at least, particularly against 10 men, they're 1 down, that they'd be literally throwing the kitchen sink at Sligo. Hasn't been like that at all, has it? Really hasn't been like that at all. Oh, Brian, sickening. Late goal for Cabinteely, I think, according to Lenny. And Lenny doesn't really bullshit too often. Yeah, it's 1-0 Cabinteely, all right. Same in the last Galway 1, Bray 1. Shells 1, Athlone 0, and UCD 3, Treaty 2. Sure, it was a good player, Matthew, but he had this issue. It's a weird one. It's not an injury per se, but I can't remember. There was some kind of weird thing with him, where by I don't know, some kind of a growth thing or something like that. That it meant he struggled to play. Basically, I can't remember what it was. It was something weird, all right. Oh, chance! That was the chance. McGinty making the save, but Junior, I think. See? McElhenney, lovely ball in. It's a good save, to be fair. Killian Morales suggesting so. Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. I think Lenny, Lewis, I think they brought in too many new players for me, and they're trying to change for change's sake as well. Do you get me? Like, well, if they get an equaliser here, it'd be fully undeserved, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Cross from Kelly. Stogan to retrieve it. Duffy couldn't control it. De Gea gets it away. Forward again by Cleary. Duffy bringing it down.
Duffy hasn't been really in the game either, has he, guys? You need him in the game.
Here's the corner.
Oh! In fairness, all of a sudden, a couple of chances there, but only in the last couple of minutes in injury time, they've had a few chances. McGinty makes a save. It's a very good save from McGinty. Good strong hand, gets it out as well. Really good save.
Great save, great reaction. 94-minute, brilliant, my man. Save that again.
That's it, guys. Dundalk 0, Sligo 1. Fully deserved, I have to say, for Sligo. I think. Sorry, 2 seconds. I think. Sligo fully deserved to win the game. Dundalk, very disappointing in my opinion. I agree with Shane Keegan what he said on off the ball as well. They've taken the spirit out of the team for maybe good individual players coming in from other countries, but they've sacrificed a lot to do that. Maybe it'll turn around for them over time, but for this season, it's not looking good. Awful second half performance, I thought, from Dundalk in the circumstances as well. Awful. Didn't create proper chances there until the last couple of seconds. Could have nicked the draw, maybe would have been lucky to do so, but not enough. Very poor. Let's pull one back on. Fantastic win for Sligo. I think it was a great win for Sligo, particularly because I said they haven't played that well in the last few weeks, really. So they showed good character to get the win there. Put some 9 points ahead Dundalk now, which is huge, I think. I do think Dundalk technically are still in the race because they've got players, but they need to get going very quickly because they don't look like a team. Sligo look like a team. That's the big thing there. And it's a huge win for Sligo now, I think, as well. Guys, look, thanks very much for watching the stream. I'll be back tomorrow to do St. Patrick's Athletic and Shamrock Rovers. Looking forward to that one. It's an interesting game as well. Like the video, guys. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Keep an eye on the Instagram, Irish Footy Vlogs. Check that out because I'll be doing the giveaway on Sunday. It'll be a jersey giveaway as well. Rory's just popped in. Good win for Cork. Good for Cork to get a win. Imagine Liz does 5-0. Good point. Tune in tomorrow, guys, again. And thanks very much for watching. Much appreciated. Great chatting to you and all that talking. I'm gone hoarse. So Dundalk 0, Sligo 1. See you tomorrow, guys. Cheers. See you, Matthew. Sandman. Thanks, guys. Thanks a million.